Hi, this is Swan from Swan Amity Studios. We're getting ready to do the Sunburst free motion quilting pattern that I have created. Here we go. Here's what it looks like when we're going to be done. And we're going to be doing that today on our sit-down domestic machine. Let's take a look at how that's produced. Minimal marking required for this one. And it's an easily reproduced and interspersed design initially created for the border of my Fox About Town quilt. We're going to take a look at what we're starting with here. We're going to be starting with a 3-inch template, which is creating that center circle. And while we have the 3-inch template in place and we've drawn around the circle, we then come into the center of the circle and make a little dot. That's going to be our starting point. Move our template out of the way. And we're going to start by putting needle down right into that starting center mark and draw up the bottom thread. There it is. And we have our little self-threading needle here, which I'm going to take and pop the threads into the self-threading needle, just like that. And we're going to come in, and we're in that little starting hole where we came up. We're going to pull our thread through, just like that, and bring our tails through. I'm going to hold on to those to get started. And needle right back down in the hole we came out of. There we are. We're ready to start. Okay. Just going to wrap my tails around my fingers so that they stay where I want them to get going. And here we go. We're going to start by making a little spiral outward from the center to our marked 3-inch circle. Okay, and you can make that spiral as tight as you like for it to be, or you can make it a little bit looser if you're looking for a looser result. There's our spiral. Now we're going to continue on that outside edge to finish up our circle. Now we're just going to be following that drawn line. All the way around. Pretty good. Okay, now we're going to be starting the outside waves of our sunburst. So we can start right from where we closed our circle. That's a good spot to start from. As we start making those arcs, we're going to think of them just as simple, big arcing shapes, rays of the sun. So here, let's start our first one. And as we come back down, we're looking to leave a little room. We don't want to all the way connect with our circle starting point. Now we're going to continue making some more of those. If you're using free motion, stop and reposition your hands when you need to. And feel free to not make them all the same size. If you're limited in some of the areas you're working into, go ahead and make some of them shorter. Maybe some of them a little curvier than others. and some of them a little longer where you have room to do that. Now we're coming back around to where we started. Let's put a couple more in there. Last one. And as we come back down here, we're going to make a little curl so that we can back up and go the other direction. Curl in, back up, and curl back out. And now we're going to come back into our sunburst. You can make some choices here. For this one, I'm going to go ahead and come all the way back up to my point. And now we're going to echo what we did previously. Staying right inside and continuing the echo all the way around. You don't have to come all the way up to the point if you don't want to. That's totally up to you. Sunburst looks good either way. Now just this little bit of echoing can improve the density and make it a little bit easier to stabilize your quilt borders, especially if you've chosen some denser patterns inside your blocks. Last one. Now I'm going to come all the way back to the circle, and now you see I can stop there. We have a beautiful sunburst, or I can begin filling just a little bit more if I want to. I'm going to stitch over with a little travel stitch along the circle, and I'm going to choose to add a few additional lines coming from the center of the circle. Now I can do that all the way around, backtracking exactly if I want to, or maybe some of them actually are little points instead of backtracking exactly. Play to your strengths. If you're not good at being a perfect backtracker or travel stitcher right along the line like that one, then you don't have to. You can come up with ways not to have to travel stitch exactly. So there we are, we're backtracking. Here's one, let's do one without travel stitching. We'll just come straight back down a different route there. There's another one. Let's do this one with some nice travel stitching right back along the line. We're going to travel stitch over here to the next one. Just like that. And we're going to alternate just a little bit, putting in one with we're perfectly backtracking. Maybe this one's a little longer, coming up into the point. You can see how you can play around with these. They don't all have to be the same. The gloves I'm stitching with today are some new gloves that we're producing through Swan Amity Studios. These are called the Amity glove. much more breathable than what we have on the market so far. Softer fiber. Okay, we're finishing up. Just going to close up that circle with, make sure that thicker line goes all the way around, and we're finished. Let's pull that through. Clip our tails. And if I'm finished now, I'm going to go ahead and bury that thread. So I'm just going to draw that bobbin thread to the surface of the quilt. Give my top thread a little tug, and that brings that bobbin thread to the surface. Just grab that with our needle. They can be a little stubborn sometimes. There it is. All right, we're going to pop that into our self-threading needle as well, and we're going to send that into our quilt sandwich, just like that. We're going to clip that up, and there is your Sunburst ready to go, adding to your project wherever you choose. It's nice to do it in a big empty border. It takes up a little room, and of course you can do them as you choose, smaller or larger, fitting them into spaces like you see here in the Fox About Town quilt, bigger and smaller, kind of coming together in different ways. We hope you enjoyed this video, the beginning of some free motion videos we're going to be doing for Swan Amity Studios. Again, we're at swanamity.com, SWANAMITY.com. We hope you enjoyed. Thank you very much.